Hey friends, it's Ashley and today I'm here with a new traveler's notebook layout for a cherry on top design team, and I'm using some of the Saturday afternoon One Canoe 2 collection from American Crafts, and I'm kind of working with some Webster's pages. Also, I picked up some of the traveler's notebook covers from the cherry on top store, and they're super cute, so you can find those there, and I will leave a link in the description box for you. So I started out with my design, and I wanted to use some hexagon shapes because there are already some hexagons in the Saturday afternoon collection. So I just cut a lot of these on my Cameo from white cardstock, and then I am going to back each of the hexagons with some of the pattern paper from the 6x8 paper pad. And this is such a simple shape. I'm not even tracing or using my Cameo to back it. I'm just going ahead and adhering it to the paper that I want to use and trimming around the outside edge. And I'm just going to do a few of these here for you so you can see what I'm doing. I like to do it from the front side because you can kind of match up if there's a certain pattern that you want to show behind your hexagon shape or whatever shape you're using. It allows you to do that. And I use about probably 12 different pattern papers for this. I finished all of the other hexagons off camera, but I just wanted a variety of colors and patterns. And so now I am going to take my paper that I cut the hexagons from. You can see I trimmed it down to the same size as my traveler's notebook, and I'm going to use it as kind of a mask to go back and add my hexagon shapes. So I'm just going to lay it over my traveler's notebook, and I'm going to use some washi tape to secure it in place so it doesn't shift. And then I'm just going to add these with some of my adhesive from my tape runner and just place them back where they go. And for the ones that overlap on the outside, once I have all of these in place, I'm going to just trim that away. And for the ones that overlap in the center of the traveler's notebook, I just trim down the center. I use a pencil just to make a tiny mark and then cut that apart and just put it back together to fit in that space, just so you can see how I do that. And a lot of times I kind of treat my traveler's notebook layouts like I would a regular 12 by 12 layout. This is something or a technique that I would use on a 12 by 12 layout. It's basically the same thing. You're just working with a smaller format. I know a lot of people kind of do their traveler's notebooks a little bit differently, but I like to make them kind of like my scrapbook layouts in just miniature form. So now you can see I have all my hexagons, and I'm going to go back and take that little mask piece off. And I have all of those in place just the way that I had them on my mat in Silhouette Studio. And so now I'm going to trim away those excess pieces that I had overlapping on the outside. This insert is also a traveler's notebook insert from Webster's Pages, and you can usually find these in the A Cherry on Top store. That's where I got this one, and I also have one that has a wood grain finish on the front, which I think those two came in a pack together. You usually get two of the inserts together. And these have the rounded edges, so I'm just kind of using my scissors to fussy cut that kind of rounded edge there. So now I have all that background finished, and I want to start putting my traveler's notebook layout together. So I'm going to add my photo at the top left, and that photo is from Father's Day. We went to the zoo, and so I just snapped a quick photo of the kids with Dad. And this isn't necessarily a Father's Day themed layout. It's just kind of an everyday layout. I will probably use this picture again next year around Father's Day to make it a Father's Day themed page. I don't mind using the same photos for more than one layout. And I wanted to balance the photos, so I put my title at the bottom right hand side and just use the foam thickers to do the title there at the bottom. Those are always pretty easy. You just grab it off of there and put it together. It makes for an easy title, so I like that. Now I'm going through the ephemera pack to see what pieces I want to use, and like I said, there are some hexagon shapes already in here, so I grabbed some of those out and some little tags and things. And this one says enjoy this moment, so I'm going to use that later on for a little journaling spot. And I liked that it had these little hexagons that had 1, 2, 3 on them. And so I just put those and layered them over some of the die cut hexagons that I did on my Cameo. And I like that because there are 3 of them in the photo, so that worked out perfectly. And then I want to add a few things around my photo to just kind of do some embellishing around it. So I grabbed the sticker sheet and just use the word smile. And there are some little phrase stickers here, which I always like to have on sticker sheets. And so I'm going to use a couple of those also. And that's pretty much all I do around the photo. I don't do too much around the photo this time because I like the contrast of the black and white photo with all of the pattern papers in the hexagon shapes. So I do add one little heart, and I decided to change that because I was going to have red on red for the tag. So I added the red heart over the green phrase sticker and the darker blue heart down on the red. And I thought about putting my date under the word smile, but then I decided to add it to the little journaling spot. And then off camera, I typed up my journaling, which says Father's Day at Gulf Breeze Zoo, and just added that there as some little strips. And I'm going to also add in a couple of other little hexagon stickers here that were on the sticker sheet. And that finishes up my traveler's notebook layout. I hope you will stop by the A Cherry on Top store to check out all these products. You can see my finished layout here and a couple of close-ups. Thanks so much for watching today, and I hope to see you next time.